An annual government report shows that for the 8th consecutive year, K-pop remains the first thing that comes to mind when thinking of Korea among foreigners.
연례 정부 보고서에 따르면 외국인들이 한국을 생각할 때 가장 먼저 떠올리는 이미지로 8년 연속 K-팝'을 꼽은 것으로 나타났습니다.
I thought it was moningspecial. Obviously, I was wrong. But
Maybe we were a close second?
well, no. It's really interesting. We have this annual report from the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Tourism, along with the Korea Foundation for International Cultural Exchange. And I think this is a really good indicator of how Korea is getting across to other countries.
Yeah.
And K-pop certainly seems to be in the lead again. 17.8% of respondents said when they thought of Korea, the first thing they thought of was K-pop. And
Right.
it's 8 consecutive years where K-pop has been number one. What's interesting is what's fighting for second and third place.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether this will be a surprise or not, but food is now number 2. And a few years ago, I don't think that would have been the case, but 11.8% of respondents thought of Korean food.
Okay.
And the next one at 8.7% was K-drama. So it's interesting. Music, food, drama, those are the things that people think of when they think of Korea. And certainly, who do they think of? Well, for boy groups, it's BTS, and for girl groups, it's Blackpink. Those are the 2 groups that really top the respondents' lists.
Yep. I had to do a quick search of when it was that Psy released his Gangnam Style.
We're looking at, 13, 14 years ago?
Yeah, it was 2012,
Yeah.
so 13 years
Yes.
ago. It's been quite some time now, but I think he definitely paved the way for K-pop to be better known than before.
I think
Yeah?
it's Psy, it's Girls' Generation, it's the Wonder Girls, those
Yeah,
three
yeah.
in the late 2000s, early 2010s
Right.
that really did sort of open up the K-pop market internationally.
Absolutely. And as you said, over the past 8 years, the first thing that's come to mind for foreigners when they go Korea was K-pop, and still is.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I'm not that surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised that food is number 2, though.
Yeah, I'm really happy about that. 그래요. 외국인들이 한국 하면은 생각나는 첫 번째, 두 번째, 세 번째 이미지가 K-팝, 그다음에 한식, 그리고 K-드라마라고 합니다. 자, 이 표현을 좀 볼까요? K-pop remains the first thing that comes to mind.
Yes, if something remains something, that means it's still whatever that is. For example, a musician or a girl group, boy group want to remain at the number 1 spot on the charts.
Yeah.
They want to stay there for not just 1 week, but several weeks. So whenever we use the word remain, it's someone or something that's staying where it already was.
여전히 뭐뭐하다, 계속 뭐뭐하다라고 할 때 remains라고 표현할 수 있고요. K-팝이 여전히 뭐냐면은요, the first thing that comes to mind.
Yes, and we often use this whole expression, the first thing that comes to mind when talking about 뭐뭐뭐. And it means it's the first thing we think of,
Yep.
the first image in our head or the first idea. So, for example, if I said to you, what's the first thing that comes to mind when I say the word UK? What do you think of?
Tower Bridge?
Sure. A lot of people might have said the Queen, or even now King Charles,
Yeah.
or Tottenham Hotspur.
손흥민, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, or Buckingham Palace.
Everybody's different, but whatever comes to mind is the first thing you're thinking of.
그렇죠. 뭐뭐뭐 하면은 가장 먼저 떠오르는 것. 그게 the first thing that comes to mind when입니다. 이 중에서 이제 가장 먼저 떠오르다라는 표현, the first thing that comes to mind. first thing을 만약에 빼고 come to mind 요것만 놓고 이제 표현을 본다면은 떠오른다 이거죠. So maybe what's the second thing that comes to mind or the third thing
Sure.
that comes to mind 이렇게 앞부분 조금 바꿀 수 있긴 한데요. come to mind는 항상 붙여서 표현을 합니다.
Yeah, you know what comes to mind to me when I think of Korea?
What?
필승.
What?
오, 필승 코리아.
필승. 그렇군요. Okay.
It was 2002. It was a catchy song.
오필승 코리아가 생각나신다고. 네, 그때 저도 기억이 납니다. Alright, so something comes to mind라는 표현, 뭔가가 떠오르다 이렇게 살펴봤고요. 제가 다시 한번 헤드라인 읽어보겠습니다. An annual government report shows that for the 8th consecutive year, K-pop remains the first thing that comes to mind when thinking of Korea among foreigners.